Hi everyone. First of all, as I say in every video, I'm blind and I cannot see or adjust the picture, so if the picture quality is not good, sorry, but it's just kind of what you get. This is going to be a 10 random facts about me video. I know people do 20 random facts about me, 50 random facts about me. I thought I'd just make it quick and easy and simple at 10. So, number one, I am a cat person. I would love to have another cat. Um, the thought has crossed my mind. I don't know if I'm going to do it or when I'm going to do it, but I might do a video about my last kitty. His name was Buddy. He was a sweetie love. If I can, I'll try to insert a picture here. He was Mama's little lovey. Um, I had him for, 7 years? And in August of 2015, he went down really fast and passed away. And I could do a story time video about what happened and, make whatever comments I might make about that if I decide to. But that's a whole separate video if and when it comes out. The point is, I loved him. He was a sweetie pie. And there's definitely room in my heart for another kitty. And I can make room in my apartment for another kitty. There are some things that would need to happen before I got one, but I could definitely get into having one. Number two, I don't go to Starbucks very often, but when I do, I get strawberry and cream or caramel and cream frappuccinos. At least I think that's what they're called. I mean, last time I ordered one, I said, to be clear, I want the one that doesn't have coffee in it. I just don't like the taste of coffee. Some people love it. I don't. So, and some people go to Starbucks like every day. I go like from time to time, once in a great while. But yeah, I just simply don't like coffee. So fortunately, Starbucks does have some drinks that don't have coffee in them. And if I do go to Starbucks, that's what I'll drink. Number three, I have an impossible name. I'll go ahead and say this just because if you do hear my real name in my vlogs, it's me. My actual name is Sharon, and God rest my mother's soul, but I don't know why she thought anyone would say or spell that correctly. If you hear it, you're never going to guess correctly how to spell it, and if you see it on paper, you'd never pronounce it right. So I just started going by Anne. Anne's like a nickname. I'll answer to either one, but it's like, I just feel like Anne is so much easier to say and spell. The only way that someone could screw up Anne is it with or without an E? By the way, you probably know this by now between my username and everything, but the last part of my name is Anne, so I just thought Anne's just as easy. Anne's really easier. For my grandfather he had two recipes that were kind of family favorites. One was, I don't know if he ever actually he didn't call it anything in particular. We just always knew it as celery, peanut butter, and raisins, and I actually did a recipe video. I don't know if you guys will want to go up and watch it, because it probably could have used some editing. I might do it again using my audio recorder or something, but that's the one that I think has kind of lived down through the... I mean, that one even I can make. His other recipe was for pancakes, and that you'd have to actually have that recipe. It's like a more complicated recipe that I'm sure if I wanted it, I could get it. In fact, maybe I should ask for it just to have it. I'm sure my aunts still have it, but I don't know if I could make them. I certainly don't know if I could get them to come out like his did, but those were his signature dishes, I think. He was not necessarily the one that did a lot of cooking. I mean, my grandmother did. When we would go over to Grandma and Grandpa's house, my grandmother would do, I think, quite a bit of the cooking, actually, but Grandpa had his... I think breakfast was kind of Grandpa's deal, because he would make his pancakes every day. And he would make his celery peanut butter and raisins for, I don't know if it would be lunch or a snack, or... This was 20 plus years ago, so I'm forgetting what exactly that used to be, but I loved both of them when he made them, but now that he's no longer with us, my favorite would have to be the celery peanut butter and raisins. And I appreciate the fact that my aunt actually kind of made her own variation, and it was just enough to remind me how much I liked those and kind of turned me on to making them myself. Number 5, I don't have any kids, and I don't think I would want to be a single mom, but I like watching single mom vlogs on YouTube. That might have something to do with fact number 6. I had a single mom, God rest her soul. Unfortunately, I was 11 when she passed away from diabetes. And since we're at it, back to fact number 1, I used to have a kitty, and I would love to get another one. My kitty, I lost him to diabetes too. Diabetes is just an evil disease. But yeah, we won't talk about the rest of my childhood, certainly not in this video. I might talk about it in another one if I ever decide to disclose any of that, but my first, kind of the first half of my childhood is what I think of it as, from birth to age 11. I had a single mom that loved me with all her heart, and I loved her dearly, but typical child, I kind of took her for granted and didn't always let her know, but anyway, maybe that's why now that I'm grown up, I kind of like watching those vlogs. Random fact number 7, I have a Windows computer and a Mac computer. I guess you could say I know how to use both. I'm mostly learning iMovie on the Mac. I know something about using the Mac. I mean, I used to know the Mac like the back of my hand, but honestly, I grew up with Windows. I don't know if I grew up with Windows, but I think we started with an Apple computer, and then school started teaching Windows, and I got familiar with Windows, and I just am more familiar with Windows, even though Apple, I could do a whole video. I think I actually did do a whole video about how great I think Apple is and how wonderful I think it is that they sell products that right out of the box, all you got to do is tweak a setting and you got something that talks to you right out of the box for people like me who, because of blindness or dyslexia or for whatever reason, can't read the screen and can't see the screen and can't use our eyes to know what's going on. it talks to us. And that's awesome. Random fact number 8. I am a child of the 80s, and I love TV spots, air checks, whatever you would want to call it, from that time period. Yeah, I love the fact that I can find so many of those on YouTube. Just checking on the time. I've got something going on at 2. I love like commercials and game shows and those classic things that I no doubt recorded as a child, but of course, childlike, take stuff for granted, not sentimental. As soon as you want to find a tape to record over, you'll just grab whatever you can find that maybe you don't want anymore. And between moving a few times as a child and that tendency I had to record over something as soon as I thought it didn't matter anymore, I don't have any of those recordings anymore, any of those tapes anymore. So I'm kind of finding myself going to YouTube and collecting them from people who taped them with their VCR and then had the good sense to save them and keep them and then upload them. I love those. Random fact number 9. From something I love to something I hate. I hate YouTube videos with no words. Here, in the past couple days, I've looked up how to do a couple of things. And even though I was able to learn how to do... Well, I was able to watch a video, and I'm eventually going to take what I learned there and try to duplicate it and actually make this happen. With the other one, I'm not sure I'm going to do it because, well, never mind why. The point is, in both of those searches, there were some videos that I just had to realize, okay, that is not going to help me, and close it down and go to the next search item, because I guess they showed the computer screen, showed what it looked like. I mean, it was nothing but, one was nothing but music, the other was nothing but just that. The sound of silence and being videoed. I wasn't even hearing mouse clicks. I certainly wasn't hearing anyone open their mouth and say, okay, I'm going to teach you how to blah, blah, blah. The first thing you want to do is go to blah, blah, blah on your computer, click on this thing that says blah, 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 and you'll get a dialog box. Here's what you want to select, yada, yada, yada. There was none of that in there whatsoever. Or at least not in the first few minutes. And when something seems completely useless, I don't sit and listen to all 7 minutes worth of silence. I just, after the first, 20 or 30 seconds, I kind of fast forward a bit, and if there's still no one talking, I just close out of it, and I was like, you know what, that's not helpful. And last but not least, fact number 10, some people probably wonder, I talk about going to work, where do I work? Well, I'm not going to say exactly where I work, but I work at a pizza place, and my job is to fold pizza boxes. And it's not very many hours, and there's other things I can say about it, but I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. And as long as I can keep that job, I hope to. So there are 10 random facts about me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe. Why can't I say that? And, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.